I'm hoping that we are back in action. My apologies. We were planning to start about 11:25, 11:30. But yeah, we just seemed to be in a fight with the internet. It just kept going down. It kept going down. But we don't stop. And today is when I came across the principle that, disruption follows intention. With the moment you intend to do something different, there's a disruption that's going to come in. And today our disruption was our internet acting up, or our devices not doing what they're supposed to do. But we won't stop. We won't stop. This is more important than any disruption. And that's a conversation around money. That's an area that I believe is absolutely important, and we don't talk enough about it. But it affects every aspect of our life. It's absolutely integral and something that we need to have conversations around. So if you're joining this, and if you're going to be watching this, if you're in business, this is for you. If you're in business and you know that your business has been working on you instead of for you, or has been working more on you than for you. And what do I mean? If you're finding that you are learning more lessons than the money you're making, your business is working on you and not really for you. And we want you to get to a point where it works both on you and for you. And one of the things you need to start doing is having these money conversations. And the first thing is stop believing lies. Stop believing the lies we've been told about money. And that's why we're here. We're here to talk about the 7 lies or the 7 mistakes we make when it comes to money that keep us struggling. And in a world of lack, even though we are working hard, I don't know any Zimbabwean. I'm yet to meet them. Charmaine, I don't know about you. I'm here with Charmaine. She's not in the picture, but there she is. There she is. Say hi to the people, our people, our people. And yeah, we've been told some lies. We believe some lies. And a good thing, if you want to know if something's a lie, if it was said it was going to help you and work for you, ask yourself, is it really working for me? Before you rush to believe it, test it. Test it. If what you've been doing all your life in the hope that it's going to make you money or make you successful, ask yourself, is this working for me or against me? Is it working on me? And if it's working on you, you should be seeing some level of improvement. And why is this conversation important? I'm just going to share 3 statistics that are painful, but I think we all need to know so that we understand the value of this conversation. The first statistic is this. Do you know, and this is a study done by one of these research organizations, and more specifically, they're one of the first ETFs, exchange traded fund providers. They provide remarkable research. They teach on how you can invest in the stock market in a way you can win. It's called ETF SA, and this is where I got this information from. So I want to be very clear. This is not my thoughts. These are not my opinions. This is data that's available out there. You can test it. You can check it. And they found out 3 really disturbing facts about money. The first is 97% of the population is never going to be financially free. 97. That means only 3% of the population have figured out what it's going to take for them to build more wealth than they can spend in their lifetime. Only 3%. And we're going to change that. That's part of the mission. We want to change that at Educate and turn that 97 into less than 3. So 97% of the population ends up financially free. It's going to require work. We're willing to do it. So 97%. Today, you could be in that 97, but you could move over and increase the number from 3 to whatever number we allow ourselves to. The second statistic is 2 out of every 3 parents are going to rely on their children for support. That in our culture, if you're African, you know that as black tax. So if you're a parent or aspiring to become a parent, or if you're a parent like me and Charmaine and some of the members in our team here, you understand that that's not a place you want to be playing in. You don't want to be playing there, because if your child says no, you screwed. If your child says no, it ain't gonna work, fam, I'm doing me, you are broke, desperate, and you're going to be acting a whole kind of stupid when it comes to your children. And we don't want to stress our children. Let them give to us out of a place of honor, not out of a place of obligation. So 2 out of every 3 parents are going to rely on their children for financial support. Whew. I mean, that kind of hurts me there. That's like black tax is safe if we continue at this level. The third stat is less than 3% of the working population today is going to be able to stop working and enjoy the quality of life that they hope for. So me and you, if we ever do the stupid thing and stop working, or if we decide to stop working, if we haven't got our money right, if we aren't thinking of money the right way, if we haven't protected our money and protect it, grow it, nurture it, man, we're going to be in some big trouble. And what do those three statistics combine? They combine and create a population, a world that is so afraid of running out of money before they die. So afraid of running out of money before they die. So that's why we work at places we shouldn't be working. We do things we shouldn't be doing because, ladies and gentlemen, we have become slaves to this thing called money because we are running away from fear. And whenever fear is the primary motivation, nothing good happens there. When fear is the primary motivation, you do stuff that you're not good at just because you think you need to survive. And when survival is your primary reason for living, man, you do a lot of things, a lot of stupid things. You do a lot of desperate things. And we want to move you away from that. So today's lie. So what's today's lie about, Shemaine? Today's lie is many of us don't attract money or don't have the kind of money we want because we believe the lie that money is evil. Yes, I said it. Most of us believe that money is evil, and I blame the priests and the pastors. Some priests and pastors, you've been saying things about money that ain't right. You've been telling people that money is the root of all evil. It ain't right. That's not what the word says. It's the love of money. That's a totally different thing. Money is inherently good. I said it. Money is inherently good. And what you should fall in love with is the process that is required, that you are required to go through to make money. But let me backtrack a little bit. What do I mean that most of us believe that money is evil or bad? I know this because many of us feel a particular way. We've got negative feelings whenever someone with money or whenever we hear the term money. Shemaine, talk to me for a second. You can't see her, but I'm going to ask her the question. When you look at very wealthy people, how do you feel about them? How do you feel about how they got their wealth? Do you think they got it the right way?
Some.
Okay, so she said, I've asked Shemaine this question. So she's saying it's a 50-50 question. Why is it a 50-50 question? You may not hear her, so I'm going to repeat everything she says because I want to have a conversation with her so I know I'm talking to people and not robots. So Shemaine, why do you think it's a 50-50? So there's the 50% that do it well, and there's the 50% that don't do it well. What are the 50% that are not doing it well doing?
They are obtaining money in non-legal ways.
Okay, they obtain money in non-legal ways, right? Or like we always like to say, sometimes we say, look, this person akaromba, which means they're using some sort of muti or using people to get their money. And I'll give you a couple of statements that we use loosely that really show how we feel about money, and it's not the greatest way. And have you ever been to a place or been to a fundraiser or read in a newspaper that when they say, oh, it's so nice that this wealthy person gave back to their community? And we're clapping hands and we're like, yo, and we even have some wealthy people who go and as part of the speech, I really love giving back to good causes. Do you realize that statement is loaded? Let's break it down. Because I think the thing that we need to understand is that words have meaning and words give meaning to life. So we must be very careful how we use our words because our words have the ability to create an expectation in our head that turns into action in our existence. Now, when we say that someone is giving back to society or giving back to the community, what that entails that in the process of accumulating what they have, they had to be taking it from the very same community or from some other community. So they had to do some bad things. And now it's from a place of guilt. I know I may be overthinking it, but that's what you're putting in people's heads, right? That you're giving back, which means you must have been taking something from that community. So you giving back is you saying, hey, you know what? I'm sorry for what I did. Here's some payback. And for as long as you think of charity or people with money like, I know they need to pay their fair share, I know they need to give back to the community, we are creating a society of entitled people. You think you deserve to get stuff for free from someone who's worked hard to build what they've built. Another thing that really shows that money is viewed as evil is that we think poor people are virtuous. Sure. I'm going to get in trouble for that one, Charmaine. I said it though. We think being poor is a sign that you are virtuous. Okay. I don't know about you, but I don't particularly buy to that school. I'm going to stop this so I don't get into too much trouble. The other thing is, if you watch movies, are bad guys usually poor or very rich? In a lot of the movies we watch, they've indoctrinated us to think that people with a lot of money are the guys who are behind doing a lot of bad. But may I submit to you this truth, that anyone who's made money, and often made a lot of it, they've done it by serving other people. You see, in the world, the way the world really works, and the way the business world works, is that you only get paid when you give someone something that they need. That's when you get to a point where they're so happy with what you're doing for them, or what you've done for them, or they feel like, oh man, this person's met a need in my life, that solution that they've given me is worth more than the money I have in my pocket. So I'm going to take this out because what they've done for me means more to me than the money, the worth that I place on the money in my pocket. So we never pay what it's worth. We always pay when we believe that it's worth more than the money that's in our pocket. And many of us, because we believe that money is evil, that's why we have this big problem. So Charmaine, we're doing a lot of work here at Educate. We've got contractors coming in, painting, building, because we've got this grand idea to turn this space into an office that people would love to come and work at. Markets can happen here. And guess what? There's something that I've picked up with a lot of people who are contractors, is that when they are bidding for work, they're comfortable. Like when you ask them, can you build this table? Oh, they'll tell you, I build tables all day, buddy. I build tables. Can you paint this wall? Man, I paint walls. Like, yeah. Can you build this building? They are not shy, and probably you're the same. You are not shy about what you're good at, especially when you know what you're good at. Right? But the question that we always come across that tells me that people believe money is evil, or at the very least they don't feel right about money, is when you ask them how much it costs. I don't know how many jobs I've done where the person says, don't worry, I'll tell you the price when I'm done. Have you ever had people, you've had guys do that, right? Yeah. And now I need to live for the next however days or weeks or hours that you're doing the job, praying that you're not too expensive, right? Because sometimes you just want to support folks. And what happens is when they finish the job, they feel apologetic, like they can't even tell you the price. If you like this, that you part of the crew that thinks money is evil, or at the very least you don't feel right about money. If you have to apologize before giving a bill, if you feel bad about telling someone how much you want to get paid for what you've done for them, you don't feel right about money, and you're stuck. And the reason you don't feel right about charging people is the reason why you don't have a lot of money today. It's the reason why you get paid the little money that you get paid today. It's the reason why what you may think is a lot is very little compared to the value you bring into the market. Let me explain it. You see, our focus when we are apologetic when it comes to pricing is that we think that we are taking away from people. See, I think if I coach Charmaine on how to manage her money better, I don't focus on the fact that I'm giving her a skill she didn't have before that's going to allow her to multiply the amount of income that she can attract to her. What I'm thinking about is I've just charged Charmaine $500. And now that if she pays me this $500, she's got less money to pay for Bakani's fees or upkeep. That's a wonderful son's name, by the way. I'm taking away from Charmaine. And as humans, we're not evil. Like we've got a side to us that doesn't like doing evil things intentionally. Or most of us. So if I feel like I'm taking away from Charmaine, let me use the word. If I feel like I am stealing from Charmaine by asking her to pay for my coaching, chances are high I'm either going to say to Charmaine, here's my coach. This my coaching is $500. But before Charmaine can even say a word, I'm going to say it's negotiable. It's negotiable. We can always negotiate. She hasn't said a thing. She could have easily been saying, "Oh wow, $500. I'm loving this price. I'll take it." But before I even allow her to take it, I'm already negotiating. That's one. Secondly, because I look at money as evil, probably I may get to a point where I never start coaching people or doing the thing that's supposed to make me money, because I feel me doing it is going to require me to then do an evil thing, like then charging people for it, because I can't put in these hours. So we don't ever get to do the thing that we were created to do for other people. That's supposed to be the thing that's going to make you the money that you need, give you the life that you desire, and fulfill the purpose you must fulfill because you're here. So because we look at it as evil, when anyone sees us, so this is the danger. You expose yourself to three groups of people. You expose yourself to a group of people. The first group of people, the most dangerous group of people, is the people that would be willing to pay the price that you really want to charge. But what happens is, the moment you say it's negotiable, or the moment you charge a price that's so low that they know that surely this can't be the right price, they're going to become suspicious of you. Have you ever had someone who you think they say they can do something really amazing, then they give you a price and you're like, that cheap? Something is wrong here. Here's the lesson. If you're the best at what you do, or if you're really good at what you do, no one expects you to be cheap. And if you're cheap, no one expects you to be the best. We suspect that something's wrong, so we don't do business with you. So you lose your ideal customer because you're not their ideal supplier, because you don't think right about money. The second group of people, equally dangerous, is the people who realize, and they're like, what? Charmaine will work for $50? Snap! Let me abuse this one. And they will give you the job at that price that you're getting, and they'll work you so hard, and whenever you try and negotiate, they'll tell you, you know how hard it is to get a job out here in these streets. Zimbabwe is tough, my friend. This $50 is all I can do for now. They will use you. They will make you believe that working hard is how you're going to make more money. No. You're just working harder to make them wealthier. And what ends up happening is you become tired and resentful. I honestly believe that a lot of our brothers and sisters who've left the country to go and do jobs that they shouldn't be doing did so because they didn't know, or they didn't look at money as something that is inherently good. They looked at it as something that is probably evil, or a way of taking away from other people. And because of that, they ended up doing work and got exhausted in the work that they were supposed to be doing, because it wasn't doing anything for them. It's difficult if you're gifted at what you do, but when you look at it and you can't pay rent, you can't do school fees, you can't do this. Even if you love that thing, if it's not working for you, you'll eventually find a way to leave it. And what ends up happening is you go and do something because you're saying, I think it's going to pay me better. So those people who've left, who shouldn't have left probably because they didn't know how to feel right about money. And sadly, chances are, wherever they're going, they're still being underpaid and overworked. Wow, that's a lot. I think I'm offending people here, Shanae, but I'm okay with it, because that's what the truth does. Sometimes it hurts, but all the time it helps. All right. So that's the thing. So and then the third group is the group that looks at you and says, "Oh man, this person doesn't know how the world really works." You see, the business world, if you're in the business world and want to succeed in it, you must know that people expect you to get compensated for the good work you bring to them. So the focus should shift from what am I taking from people to what am I giving to people? What outcomes, what payoffs are they getting? By working with me, are they multiplying their income? Are they able to get to a point where they can own a home within a year? Are they investing in a way that's going to create legacy? That's the thing that you should focus on. When anyone talks about price, show them the value you bring into the table. And if you can't show them the value you bring to the table, then you ain't bringing any value. You don't deserve to be paid. But you got to get to a point where you begin to feel right about money. Because when you begin to feel right about money and understand that money is inherently good, you're going to be in a place, the good place, where charging for a job well done doesn't make you feel guilty. Actually, charging a lot of money for a job well done becomes natural to you. And that's how you begin to move to a place where you begin to protect the valuable resource that is you and the money that you're going to create, because you get to a point where you're able to multiply the amount of money you can make. All right? We're coming on to 20 minutes. I promised that this wouldn't go beyond 20 minutes. So yeah, if you got any questions, drop them in the comments there. or even drop them in the chat, and we'll see what we can do. We'll not see what we can do. We'll definitely answer them, and if we don't know the answer, we'll find someone who does. So the second money mistake is, do not believe the lie that money is evil. Money is good because you only get it when you serve someone else so good that they feel and believe that the amount of money in their pocket is worth less than what you've done for them. So go out and be awesome. We up. We're going to stop there, Charmaine. All right. Okay. Actually, let's give 2 minutes. I'm going to wait 2 minutes and give guys an opportunity to ask a question. But thank you for joining the live. Like I said, you can ask questions before, after, and during. And you'll catch us live tomorrow again at 11:30. I think this time we'll get it right. 11:30. We'll be here again. Going to lie number 3 tomorrow.